After a 4-year investigation, Manchester City was charged with breaching more than 115 financial fair play regulations. This has prompted many to ask, how serious are these accusations? Could this mean point deductions like Juventus? Could Manchester City get relegated to the championship? Or will nothing happen? Let's get into it. First, there are 4 different types of charges that are really being made against Manchester City. The first one is around sponsorships. Between the years of 2009 to 2017, it's being alleged that Manchester City were injecting capital into the club via sponsors illegitimately. How can a club do that, and why does it matter? First, it's important to answer the first question, why does it matter? In football, clubs are not allowed to use revenue from outside of football. In order to keep things fair, clubs must use sponsors in a legitimate manner and not as a tool to inject money into their club. Clubs can only use revenue generated from within football. In 2010, the governing bodies of football started financial fair play. During the 2013-2014 season, the Premier League and UEFA started monitoring the financial fair play. This is before the days of Roman Abramovich. The rules were established to prevent clubs from incurring unsustainable losses. The purpose of the financial fair play was to ensure that clubs were not incurring unsustainable levels of debt, to ensure that clubs can compete on a level financial playing field. The regulations are monitored by both the Premier League and UEFA, with the aim of ensuring sustainability and viability of clubs. Clubs around Europe have to adhere to these regulations. In 2018, PSG was fined more than 10 million euros for violating financial fair play. Notably, Real Madrid accused PSG of violating these regulations when they extended Mbappe's contract into 2022, giving the player more than 300 million signing on fee, with a salary of more than €1 million a week with bonuses. The president of La Liga, Javier Tebas, put forward an official complaint with UEFA stating that this was a violation of the financial fair play. Now, the second accusation that's being made against Manchester City is really around Mancini's income and salary. It's being alleged that Mancini was given supplemental income outside of the scope of his contract. The Premier League has suggested that Mancini was being given this sort of additional amount of income for consulting. Now, any income given to a manager or player must be disclosed and must be clear within the contract. Any bonuses or anything like that must be clear as to avoid any type of ambiguity, bribes, or under-the-table payments that violate the protocol of Financial Fair Play Act. Now, the third accusation against Manchester City is really around the license to operate in Europe. There's not a lot of information on this currently, and we will keep an eye out to make sure that we are tracking any new information on the license to operate for Manchester City. The fourth accusation against Manchester City is really around their lack of cooperation on the investigation. The Premier League has accused Manchester City of stalling, not cooperating with their investigation, which seems like on the surface is the least serious of the 4 accusations. However, Manchester City did say the club welcomes the review of this matter by any independent commission to impartially consider the comprehensive body of irrefutable evidence that exists in support of its position. Now, it's unclear what will happen next, but there are 2 important things to keep in mind. Number 1, what can be proven? And then second, how serious is it? If what is proven isn't serious, then we may potentially just see some small fines or something like that. However, if it's proven that Manchester City severely violated the financial fair play, we could see a situation like we did with Juventus. The Italian Federation reduced 15 points from Juventus for financial irregularities and false accounting. The club was being accused of inflating players' values during transfers in order to boost capital gains. Andrea Agnelli, the face and owner of the Juventus team, has been banned from football for more than 24 months, with former Vice President Pavel Nedved, who has been banned for 8 months. It's not outside the realm of possibilities for Manchester City to get relegated and have previous trophies stripped from them if the serious accusations are proven against them. With more money coming into football, from state-owned clubs. What are your thoughts on how this will affect football? Is this type of regulation good for football, or is it hampering the quality on the pitch? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.